For the first time ever, we're gonna try and help out an entire town.
Wow. Whoa.
These families are living in trailers and damaged homes. The one thing they need is hope. So we're gonna give them just what they need, which is a starting point where they can start rebuilding and moving forward. Now take a look at this tape and you're gonna see some of the people we're gonna try and get to this week.
Hi, ABC. We're the men of Firehouse number 4.
Sabine Pass has one firehouse. It's firehouse number 4.
We were the last ones out of the city, and we were the first ones back in.
That night of Hurricane Rita was a pretty horrific night.
The hurricane came, and for us it was a new experience. We've dealt with evacuations, we've dealt with hurricanes, but we've never dealt with a direct hit, and we've never dealt with having to leave the city.
The roads were gridlocked, nobody could get out of town. So the firemen ended up participating in what is now known as America's largest airlift rescue in history.
We had been preparing to work with the evacuation of the county. The state was dealing with having to evacuate the Houston area and the Galveston area. So we were left with really no other choice but to try to fly people out of here.
I wasn't ready for what we seen when we pulled up. Of course, they had to clear out all the hospitals, all the old folks' homes. There were so many people in wheelchairs, stretchers, so they were depending on us to save their life.
So here's the thing, man. We've never really tried to help out an entire town before, ever.
Sabine Pass was right smack in the middle of the path of Hurricane Rita, and Hurricane Rita came through and just was devastating. Literally every house in Sabine Pass was destroyed.
This is a whole town that was almost wiped off the map. A lot of people don't even realize that this town was hit. They've heard about Biloxi, they've heard about New Orleans, but no one's heard about Sabine Pass. So we wanted to kick this thing off right. I wanted them to know that we cared about them, that we're gonna tell their story and let them know what they've been through.
For people to feel safe, for people to build a community, you need firefighters. You need to know that if there's an accident or you need some help, that you can call and they're gonna be there. One of the things we learned about Sabine Pass, just by talking with the folks there in town, were that the men are usually not there. They're out on these oil rigs out in the Gulf working. We're left with women and children, so wow. The interior of the firehouse was a mess. When the water came, it just blew out the back door and filled the firehouse with water and destroyed everything in it.
This is unbelievable. There's nowhere you look that's not just trashed.
Yeah,
Where are we headed?
This is kind of where we would cook and talk.
You know, as I walked through the firehouse with Shane and David, it was hard for them. They've only been back there a few times because everything's gone, everything's totaled, and they had a lot of personal possessions.
As firemen, you spend so much time up here away from your families, and you miss your kids and you miss your wife. And most of the stuff in here, we actually bring it ourselves from home and try to make it as homey as possible. You know?
A lot of firefighter puzzles.
Yeah, they're therapeutic.
Yeah.
Something to, put your mind on instead of, what you either have done or what you're afraid you might have to do.
The things that these guys deal with every day, from children losing their lives in automobile accidents to burn victims, things that we shudder at, these guys live with every single day. So there are places where they can sit around and shoot pool and talk about the events of the day, and no doubt some deal with it differently than others, but they deal with it as a team.
It's neighbors helping neighbors, like an old barn raising project. We're here for the firemen, those brave guys that help us out whenever we call them. We're here to help them.
What was really important for us to do was make sure that the inside of this firehouse was going to work for these guys.
We're going to gut the entire interior, and we're going to reconfigure every room. We're going to make the most use of the space.
You guys are going to love it. Remember, these are the guys who protect this community. They deserve the very best.
I can't imagine how good it's going to be. It's sort of like being 8 years old, and it's the week before your birthday and Christmas combined.
It's just the anticipation of everything,
Part of me just doesn't think it's really happening.
To these guys, it's like their kids again. This is their Christmas morning.
It's like being in a dream, really. I guess we're about to see how much of it's real.
I don't know about anyone else, but I'm a little nervous. Behind the bus, we hope that we've given you the tools to do what you guys do every day.
You guys ready to see this?
Yeah.
Move that bus! Bus driver! Move that bus!
guys all get out of the limo and just went right to the front door.
First thing that we saw was the Maltese cross on the floor. It symbolizes who we are and what we do.
Hey, look at that! You gotta be kidding me! Oh, man! It was a picture of all of us guys at Firehouse number 4. That lets us know that that's our station. The pool table has got to be the most beautiful pool table I've ever seen. You know, having things to do like that when you get back to the station, it helps keep your sanity.
Firefighters like to cook. In the kitchen that we have now would rival any kitchen in any mansion in the United States. And the table, the legs are fire axes. What a nice touch that was.
The people at Sears American Dream Campaign gave all of this to you.
We needed this. We can release some stress. Oh my God, look at that! Holy man! There was a large sculpture that was put together, and it was ladders with a water feature coming off of it into a pool and fire. And it represented all three things that mean a lot to firemen: water, fire, and ladders.
It symbolizes for us a new beginning, a new start.
That was just the icing on the cake. It was kind of like winning the lottery and going home and finding out you won it again the next day or something, you know?
These guys went crazy. They all climbed on board. They all checked where their certain position is. They knew that this was going to work a lot better for them, and that meant saving more lives. And when firemen can save more lives, that's a good day.
It was just the perfect ending to a perfect day.
Things are coming back, and they'll be better than they were before.